Ah, I'm using this thing for the first time, so it's a little weird.
No,
I
no,
usually do it through Zoom, but for some reason, a friend of mine said do it through this new this Riverside thing. So this is my guinea pig. So hopefully it all
nice.
comes out right.
No, no
Or
worries.
yeah,
You're
no, no.
good.
So if it doesn't work out, I might have to ask you to do it again. But let's hope this works out.
Oh my gosh. Redo.
Redo. What's up, guys? My name is Rob, and this is Rob on the Run podcast. And today is episode 41, and we have Brenda here as our guest. Hi, Brenda. Hi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing amazing. Brenda was two people actually, recommended recommended me, sorry, for to have her in the podcast, and so we have her here. She's an ultra runner. I think that's what she really does. You don't do a lot of road racing, right?
Well, I think so I haven't signed up for, I think the only one I do is McAllen because I work for the city of McAllen. So
Nice.
the McAllen Marathon is like half off. So I usually that's part of my training. So you're like, oh, go meet everybody that's doing marathons now because so many people are doing marathons
Yeah.
here locally, which is absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
So yeah, usually that's that, or like if I just got invited by Raul and I met some awesome people from San Antonio and I did the Beach to Bay relay.
Oh wow.
That was my first relay ever too, which was pretty interesting. But yeah, for the most part, race wise, like here locally, or unless it's for like a foundation for a good cause, I'll sign up for that. But yeah, that's most of my, I guess, runs here locally. That's what I do.
That is cool. That's cool to hear because my wife just did that Beach to Bay as well. She did it with some. I think they were called the Run Divas.
Oh yeah,
They had two groups of.
it was
Yeah,
insane. There was
yeah.
like so many people. Like I think this was the most people they have had in a few years, and it was interesting to do. Really, it was fun.
And what legs did you do? You only did one, right? Because it's not a long. I know it's not a long event, but how many did you end up doing?
So my leg was the fifth leg. So
Okay.
I was simmering in the sun for quite some time because there was the sixth leg. So yeah, that was interesting to just be standing there waiting for the runner. But it was also very exciting, just anticipating that your fellow friend to come in.
Yeah.
And so for people that know me, I don't really run fast. I'm your average party pace, 10-minute party pace. I'm not Raul, I'm not Art.
Yeah.
I usually like my ultras here, like training wise locally, or they range from like 10 to 11 minute
Okay.
miles, but I can talk to you for that the whole time. Like
Nice.
I will be
Nice.
talking the whole time. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do for the relay. And it was, I think, a little bit over 4 miles. So it was like 4
Okay.
something. So I was like, should I push the pace? I haven't ran fast in such a long time. And for
Yeah.
just like 4 miles, I, usually like that's like my lunch run or something.
Oh,
And,
nice.
I had ran actually, so the relay was Saturday. That Thursday, I just had a random idea. I remember calling Raul and being like, I needed to do a long run. I took the Thursday off to do a long run. And so I said, either I wake up early and I run like a marathon, or you know what, like, let me do something different. So I was thinking like David Goggins style, like running
Okay.
every 4 hours, right? So I like
Mhm.
kind of put that in on paper. And so then I called Raul, right? And he's like, why don't you add some elevation to that? And I'm like,
Nice.
so I'm like, okay, I guess 2 of my runs would be on the treadmill. And
Yeah.
so then of course, my mouth is always off too. I'm horrible. And I ended up doing like at 5 a.m. I did like 8 miles. And then I said at 9 a.m. I was going to go run. I ran 6. And then I was going to do like 4 hours. But then I realized I put a 12 o'clock in there, which was just 3 hours. And then it turned from like a 12. So anyways, long story short, I ran like a total, I think, of 30 miles that day throughout the
Oh
day.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
just to kind of like get that feeling of, letting your muscles kind of cool off and then going back to go run and stuff.
Yeah.
So I did that Thursday. I took Friday off, and so then Saturday. And for me, this is just amazing. I pushed like an 8:30 pace for
Oh,
those 4
wow.
miles. Yes, my legs were just feeling so good. So after that, I
Yeah.
said, I'm not running ever like this fast again. I don't quite enjoy it. And it
Oh
was
my
good
God.
to like, I guess, have that feeling of knowing that I'm able to hit that pace with tired legs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
interesting. Yeah.
It's
So
awesome to hear that you did like 30 some miles one day. You took a day off and then you went to go run 4 miles really fast, and like
in the
nothing
heat, it
nothing.
was hot.
Well, you're used to that. I mean, the valley we were talking before we started recording, the Rio Grande Valley is very hot and very humid, and so I'm sure going to Corpus, it's probably almost the same.
Yes.
And you're used to running in the heat. What 90% of the year?
For real, like I think Saturday, because Saturday
Hmm.
I used to do my long runs on Sundays, but now I'm doing them Saturdays.
Hmm.
And I think I was talking to Art, and we're just like, I saw him; he was running super early because he had to go to work, and he's like, I'm gonna die today," and I'm like, and I was barely hitting out at 5 a.m., and I'm like, dude, like, it was just the humidity. I guess, you know, I there's just some people that like to that their bodies are okay with running in the heat. Like they
Yeah,
somehow get used to it.
yeah,
I No matter how much I run in it, like I do it because I have to and because of my work schedule. Like I work at 5 a.m., so I can't get a run in the morning during the
yeah,
day. And
yeah.
so I split my mileage. So I'll do like I have at work we have a gym. So I
Hmm.
run during my lunch hour, take
Okay.
a 10 minute. I'm able to get in 5 miles, take a 10 minute shower, and clock back in and eat.
Yeah.
And so, and then I get out at 2. So usually around this time, I go run outside, like at
Yeah.
3 p.m. when it's so hot. And the reason why I do that, people ask me like, "Well, do you really want to go run in that heat?" And I'm like, it's not like I have a choice because I'm like a grandma. I have to go to bed super early, and if I
Yeah.
run in the evenings, I can't sleep. Like it just wakes my body up. So
Yeah.
yeah, and just trying to get, I guess, the body back to running in this heat. I'm like, ugh. But
But
we're out there.
it makes you a much better runner in the fall time, and whenever you do the fall races or you're running in the fall. I did not like the heat until I did habanero. I had to train heat train, so my runs went from 5 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon or midday. And I figured midday would be the hottest time of the day because the sun's been hitting all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what made me made it happen for me in habanero. And Art was there to give me my medal as well, so that was the first time I actually met Art in person. So
Oh,
yeah,
where'd you
we've
do
been
habanero?
last
Oh,
August. It was a hot one. It wasn't as hot as the year before because
yeah,
the
I
year
remember.
before I helped with a friend, like to give him, like, get everything ready for him when he came and did his laps, and it was super hot. It was super super hot, and
And
this
that's so
time it was hot.
amazing that you were able to cruise somebody. I think,
Yeah,
now that I crewed Raul for his 115,
yeah,
and being on that side, being on the other side of crewing, it's just a
hmm,
whole different experience.
yeah,
And I think as a runner now, I appreciate that way more.
yeah,
That when people, well, now that I know more people, but like my sister and my husband,
hmm,
they usually are the ones that have crewed me.
hmm.
But yeah, it's just an amazing experience to see it on the other side. All
It's
the
the
volunteers, like people that volunteer
Yeah,
at
yeah.
races, is just so amazing.
Yeah, I've done both. I volunteered for one of the trail races over Texas, and I also crewed again, and I paced as well. I helped the guy pace for the what's it called, Rocky, the Rocky Raccoon.
Rocky Raccoon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. That one was pretty nice. I want to do that one now because it's definitely the more technical trail we have in Houston, because Houston's flat as well. There's not a lot of elevation, but there was a little bit of elevation. Not crazy Hurt 100 elevation, but definitely some elevation.
So the thing with Rocky is
Mm-hmm.
I did the 100K there
Mm-hmm.
a few years ago. That elevation kind of creeps up on you, dude.
Yeah.
Like and then it's not just the elevation overall, like it's the roots.
Yeah.
Like
Yes. 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 Yes.
February, yeah, because it's in February. I remember being out there, and some of the trail is covered with leaves,
Yeah.
so you don't see some of the roots, you don't see some of the
Yeah.
stumps. I
Yeah.
actually roll my ankle,
Ooh.
like the first time I've ever rolled my ankle. Not
Oh
even at
wow.
Bandera. I rolled my ankle there. Yeah, and so I needed, I think, 20 miles to finish the race.
Oh
And
wow.
I kept hitting, roots and stumps, and eventually just rolled my ankle. And at the time I was doing it with one of my buddies. He would actually run the ultras. We would run them together.
Yeah.
And so I remember telling him, like, dude, just go. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to finish this, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's just so crazy how powerful our mind is, because
Yeah.
I remember, like, I'm one of those people, like, if I'm running with somebody, it doesn't bother me if you're
Mm-hmm.
running in front of me or in back of me. Like, I'll swap, whatever. And
Yeah.
for him, it was like, I need to run in front of you. Like, that's just mentally, like, that's where he was at. And then I remember getting to that point where he's like, come on, we can finish. And like, I don't even remember what time. It was like 15 or 16 hours. I don't remember. And then I remember telling him, like, dude, like he gave me like the right words at the time, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, you know what, like, I can get you to the finish line in
Yeah.
that time. Just let me run in front of you. And
Okay.
sometimes, like, when people tell you, like, they give you
Yeah.
a little motivational speech, or they just, they remind you of who you are sometimes when you're
Yeah.
out there hurting. Like, it's just
Yeah.
how powerful the mind is over the body to get you
Oh
through
yeah.
things. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I highly recommend Rocky Raccoon.
Yeah,
I do.
no, I want to do it now. Unfortunately, to me, I did a crappy job as a pacer because my athlete ended up DNFing at. He was 6 miles away from finishing the 100K, and this guy is the toughest SOB I've ever met. He was in the Marines, so he's gone through worse things than that. And for him to say I'm gonna quit took a lot, So at least I knew that, because some people were like, "Why are you gonna quit when you're 6 miles away?" And I told him, "Dude, this guy's a Marine. Like, this guy, yeah. If he's saying he's quitting, it means that he is
Give
like,
it all.
yeah, he gave it his all, and it just didn't work out."
Yeah.
And so it made me feel bad for weeks thinking about it. And I'm like, man, I should have done better. I should have pushed them. But I talked to him and I said, what did I do? What could I have done better? And he said, no, you did everything right. You pushed me. You told me, I even told him, I remember when he got to the last checkpoint, he told me, because I told him, I was like, sit down, but get up within 5 minutes. I was like, you don't want to be there sitting for too long, because your body and your mind's going to convince you not to do it.
Yeah.
And then your body goes through the whole process of recovery. And once your body hits that recovery stage, you're not going to do it. And so when he sat down for like 5, and then it turned to 10 minutes, I'm like, this guy's done.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I still told him, let's do it, dude. Even if we walk the last 6 miles, even if it takes us another 6 hours to finish it, I don't care. Like, we're out here. We're going to do this and whatnot. But he was checked out. But because of that, I really want to do it for myself. So February, more than likely, you'll see me out there. Maybe we'll see you, right?
Oh, February. Oh my gosh. I feel like, so I have Bandera January.
Okay.
And there was a race, I think somewhere in February, that I was looking into. I don't know if I was in Utah.
Okay.
But I had told myself that I've been running for over 10 years. I've been doing ultras for
Oh, wow.
a while already, yeah. And so I did my first 100-miler this past November.
Nice.
Yes. It was, so doing 100 miles had always been on my bucket list, but I have the support of my husband, which is amazing, and my sister. But when you run 100 miles, you need more support. You need pacers.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, for sure. And so before getting on Instagram, there's not many women doing ultras here in the Valley. And so
Yeah.
I had been pushing back as far as doing the 100 miler because for that reason, like I didn't
Yeah.
feel like I had enough support. And I
Mhm.
didn't just want to do 100 miles just to say I did 100 miles. I want to
Yeah.
enjoy it. I want to, you know. And so I found this crazy race by Aravaipa, which is called Fat Ox in Arizona, and it was a 0.8 mile loop. And so you just loop it for, you know, till you reach 100 miles or whatever. And
Oh,
so
wow.
yes, yes. So I found that race. I don't even know how I found it. Oh, it was because I got into Aravaipa, and then Aravaipa also has the jackpot one,
Yeah.
and that one is in Vegas, and that one also is a 1 mile loop or a 0.8 mile loop. So I
Okay.
found that one, and then I found the one in Arizona, and I remember telling my husband, I don't need a pacer. Like I can run 100 miles, and he's like, but you're gonna loop it forever, Brenda.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
a
sure
lot.
you want to do that? And I'm like, okay, like you got to weigh your pros and cons. So
Yeah.
I've been training with a hydration vest for years. I'm
Yeah.
not going to need it at this race. The setup's going to be right there. I'm going to see you guys like every mile.
Yeah.
And so mentally, I'm going to go crazy, but that's part of ultra running, you know. It's
Yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
and so that's how I was able to do, you know, and throughout the journey of getting on Instagram and now meeting, you know,
Yeah.
all these other runners. Now I feel like
Yeah.
I can actually say, hey, can you go pace me, or hey,
Yeah.
can you go crew me? Now I actually, you know,
You feel
have
more
that support,
comfortable.
which
Yeah.
is, yes, for sure. But that's how I was able to get that race. So, anyways, after that race in November, somebody here locally decided to do like a 12-hour run. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah. 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 I did.
In Tres Lagos. And
Yeah.
so I think I was like just a few weeks after the 100 miler. I remember telling them, hey, let's go run for 12 hours in Tres Lagos. I never run in Tres Lagos. And I see all these people going out there. So I ran for the first time in Tres Lagos in December. I'm never
That's
going
awesome.
back again.
No.
It's like, 'cause I live in San Juan, and so Tres
Yeah.
Lagos is like 30 minutes away from me. If I'm gonna go drive 30 minutes, I'd rather go to Arroyo in Harlingen. Yeah,
Or just run from your house all the way over there.
I know, right? I'm pretty sure there's a sidewalk all the way, like just to go run a road or whatever. But
Yeah.
that kind of got a momentum into ultra running here locally.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Nice.
I said after that, and then I had my foundation run. I was blessed to be able to give back to the community, and
That's awesome.
and run 90 miles that day. I said I wanted to kind of slow down. I said, you know what, like, I've been doing this for a while. I want to start. I told my husband I want to do maybe like 50Ks, 50 milers, but more scenic outside
Yeah.
of Texas, and
Yeah.
just enjoy a good trip and a good race. And so that was the plan.
Okay. Okay.
And then I get a random, like a few weeks ago, a random message from Raul, like links to like these 2 races or a race. And one of them was a 100 miler in San Antonio.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, oh, and then he makes it sound so doable, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's a 15
I can imagine.
loop, and that wheel, and blah, 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 blah. And I'll run it I'll be out there. Of course, he's not running with me because we're
Yeah.
2 different paces. And so I'm like, I guess I'm running 100 miles in November. Like,
Oh my God. Just
So,
like that.
yes. And so I'm like, I'm going to register this week on it. But I was like, wow, there goes my idea of slowing down. But then, you know, I kind of love the fact that I have, you know, that I know people like him and like Art. And because for such a long time, it was just me in my mind. And because and people that run ultras, they can understand where you're at when you're at a certain, you know, mile, or they can understand,
Yeah.
you know, what you've gone through in these races. And so I never had like people to be like, oh, let me send them a meme for them to understand, you know, why this is funny in ultra running and stuff. So now having them and like their support and just them helping me out, like especially Raul helping me out to get to my 100 mile, you know, it's just so amazing that it kind of makes me not want to slow down now, you know. So yeah, it's just
Well, once you hit that runner's high, of course, or trail runner's high, I should call it. Yeah, I'm sure it's you just want to move forward, you know. But how did you, if you don't mind me asking, how did you meet Art and Raul? Because you did tell me when we were recording about that, but how did
so
you meet those two crazy guys?
on Instagram, I got on Instagram, like I said, like about 2 or 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and so I think Art added me or I added him, I don't know. And so
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, ooh, there's this guy that runs 100 miles in the valley. Like I had no idea that we had another human being like that was crazy. And
Yeah.
so, and then I think we added each other somehow, Raul. And then it was funny because Raul is like, I knew about you before you got on Instagram. There's this
Wow.
what was it? He's like, there's this other unicorn lady running ultras here in the valley, right? And so yeah, it's like I knew who you were. You just suddenly popped out on my Instagram, and like
Uh-huh.
there you were, and I'm like, and so it's funny because just recently he sent me a picture of uh it was the Chalan thing, the 30K. It was like it's 30K is 18 miles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that they had in Sullivan City years ago, years ago.
Oh,
And
yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
he sends me a picture of me, and he's like, "Is this you?" And it's me at the I had place first place.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was like jumping, all happy, right? And he's like, "Is that you?" He sends it to me, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yes, that's me." And then
Oh
he's
my
like, and
God.
then he sends me the picture of him as well. So
Yeah.
we were out there doing races here locally. We
Yeah.
just didn't know each other until we
Yeah.
got on Instagram. So
Yeah.
that's how we met. And then one day he's like, "Hey, you want to come run over here in Harlingen?" I wouldn't go to Harlingen because for the most part I would train by myself because of the
Yeah.
hours I usually train at.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna go run trails as a female. It's by myself, right?
Yeah. Of
And
course.
so I think that day I always pack an extra set of clothes. I think that day I even had like it was like my like just regular Asics, I think, that I don't even use for running because they don't work. I just use them for like weight training or whatever. And
Okay.
so I remember he's like messaged me saying, "Hey, you want to come run?" I was like I had just gone out of work. It was like 2:30, right? And
Oh
I'm
wow.
like, yeah, my husband was on graveyard, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go straight over there. That way I don't wake him up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I get there and I'm wearing like non-trail shoes in Arroyo. And so we go run and I'm like trying not to fall because I'm also notorious for falling as well. So
So am
I'm
I.
trying
So am I.
really, oh my gosh, you see my knees, they're
My
just
sense of direction is also really bad.
yes. I get people, oh my gosh, that's why every time we go do a group run and
Yeah.
Raul's like, don't listen to Brenda, she will get you. Yeah, I'm horrible sense of direction.
I'm so bad that even when I have like when I'm doing routes on my watch, I put them on my watch and I still get lost. I still find a way to get lost. So
Oh my gosh, yes, well, that's me. That is me. And
oh
so
my God.
yeah, since then we ran together and then we started to get to know each other and everything
Yeah.
we've done and so yeah, I went from that to he kind of got inspired by I think besides me another runner to do a foundation event. And
Okay.
so that's when he so I've been doing it. I think this is my third year doing a foundation
That's awesome.
event. Yeah. The two previous times were I was doing the David Goggins 4x4x48. The
Yeah.
first year I did it to raise funds for Tunnel to Towers Foundation, and then the second year I did it for the Speedy Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they give scholarships to law enforcement kids, and so then I did that for 2 years, and then this past year I'm like, what am I gonna do? I should do something different, and
Yeah.
so why not run for 24 hours? So that's what I did this year, and this year
Oh wow.
I think because of the running community that it's just grown so much.
Yeah.
I had so much support. It was crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. It's just the support was just insane, and I raised the most money I have in the past few years, and it's just doing an event like that. no medal, no placing, no, that will give you the feeling of giving back to the community
Oh
doing
yeah.
something that you love. And so
Yeah.
yeah, that's how Raul ended up, doing 115 miles across, counties
The
and doing
yeah.
FBT. Like,
So you were there with him for the Boys and Girls Club
yes,
raising money, and
yes,
I
yeah.
actually forgot to ask Raul that question. How much did you guys raise?
Oh, actually, I wouldn't. He did tell me, but I kind of forgot because I'm really bad with numbers. But so what he put out there initially,
Yeah.
there was another lady afterwards that he told me that ended up giving more money. So
Oh
that
wow.
amount went up. It was just good. I think it was a few thousand.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So yeah, I got there. I remember I think I met him somewhere in the middle of nowhere County Road at like
Mm-hmm.
6 or 7. Sorry, no, like 7 or 8 a.m. And
Mm-hmm.
it was myself, John, and our buddy Mike, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where I first met my buddy Mike. Oh no,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, he was at the 12-hour event too, but that's where we
Okay.
really got to know each other. And
Nice.
so yeah, so we were following him. Like we would meet him
Yeah.
at certain points,
Yeah.
and so then we would, John had his host set up. We had the food, everything, and then we would like drive a mile and then just check up on him and stuff.
Yeah.
So I did that for the most part, most of the day, and then I went home and other people took over. So
Oh, that's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And how do you see the valley as far as trail runners and running in general?
So it's grown so much. Like
Yeah.
this past year was the most I've seen people run a marathon. Like it's crazy. Like I think the Houston Marathon, there was just so many people here locally running.
Yeah.
I think compared to back in the day, I think when I would run McAllen, like you would
Yeah.
have just a handful. Now it's like it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's so
Yeah.
exciting to see that. And so I think after well, because of all these running groups, and then after that 12-hour event that they had in December, and I
Mm-hmm.
think just because we post kind of like funny stuff. I don't know, you've seen some like dancing and like
Yeah.
while Raul is dying on the floor, I'm there like, and so I think people kind of like saw like whoever was out there in their content and stuff, and
Yeah. Yeah.
we had a lot of messages like, man, I should have gone, or that looked like fun, and I go, yeah, dude. I mean, we ran for 12 hours. It was fun. We suffered. We it was a little bit of everything.
Suffer together.
Yes, yes. And so I feel like ultras in general
Mm-hmm.
are starting to get really hyped up here in the valley.
That's good.
We've done a few trail runs in Harlingen, and we're actually
Mm-hmm.
seeing people drive over there
Yeah.
to go run. And so then I don't know. The VPN backyard ultra happened this year, and
Okay.
how that. I think that also like the backyard style has really
Yeah.
intrigued people, and just
Yeah.
the fact that these human beings, are able to run that much, it's insane,
Yeah.
and in that
It's crazy.
style. So we actually are Raul and myself went to one in it's called Big Tex in this past October.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we were out there. All three of us were out there, which is pretty cool to kind of get
Yeah.
the trio out there. And so Kendall was there. I got to meet Kendall because he was there at the whole BPN nostalgia. And so
Yeah.
I think after this, it's just everybody was Cocodona, like
Mm-hmm.
because compared to the footage that the live feed that they had last year, I feel like this year, like it just people that are not even into ultras, like that are just running, they start seeing this stuff and they
Yeah.
kind of get motivated here locally. And so I remember that happened, and I was telling Raul, I'm like, dude, let's host like a 12-hour group run, like
Yeah.
just to kind of get people, a little motivated, a little introduced to
Yeah.
the whole concept of it here.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's what we're doing June the 12th, I believe.
June
Yeah,
12th. Okay.
and then also doing it overnight. So it's 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
And to kind of get people like so they can feel what sleep deprivation feels like, because that's what you go through when you run like an insane
Yeah.
miles. And so
Yeah.
it's fun, but it's not always pretty. Like I always tell people, like, for me personally, in every race that I've done, I've had to deal with something that
Yeah.
unexpected,
Yeah,
and
of
it's
course.
part of the experience of running an ultra. And
Yeah.
so, like, for
Yeah.
my foundation run, I do it every March, or for in March, because usually
Yeah.
March is, it's cool for the most part. Well, that day, it decided to be 90 degrees. It reached up to 90 degrees with like 30-mile-per-hour winds. Like, it was
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
Yeah. So it's like, having to running these distances, and battling through stuff that's unexpected is all part of the
And you
experience.
thought it was going to be nice and cool, huh?
Yeah, Brenda's gonna have an awesome run. I
It
remember
did
Lou
not work
saying,
that way.
yeah, he's like, you can totally do more than 100 miles. And then we see the weather, we're like, nah, bro. I think 90's all I got. Like, it was just
Uh,
so brutal. Like,
I might do 10 instead. 10 is a new 100.
oh man, it was crazy. That was crazy. Like, I think what helped me the most was the support of the community coming, because it
Yeah.
was easily accessible for people to just go and
Yeah.
say hi.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty insane.
Well, I'm gonna
Insane.
try. I'm gonna try my best to go to the 12 hour. I have a trip planned on the 16th, so that's the only reason why it's a little hard for me to make it to the valley. But I definitely have to go visit family, because my mom, my dad, my brother still live in Harlingen. So, what a better reason to go and stay awake for 12 hours and then say hi to the family. You know?
Right? That should be fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
so when we put out that flyer, it
Hmm.
just, like, I don't think, like, almost like 300 people shared it. Like, it just,
Yeah.
because I think it's just the backyard ultra stuff, and the ultra running
Yeah.
is so hyped up here. And so I'm excited to see how many people will show up. Like,
I'm
I
sure.
don't,
I'm sure there will be a good amount, and
yeah.
you, Raul, and Art are showing up, right?
Mhm.
Nice, nice, nice.
We got
And
a good
how?
response.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm saying that we got a really good response, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you will. But let's take it back a little bit to the beginning. How did you get into trail running or running in general? What was
Uh,
first, road running or trail running?
It was road running. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I call myself a bad runner, because I was like, I'm so unstructured too.
Yeah.
So I got into running because I wanted to lose weight, and then
Okay.
it turned into, running. I was that person at all the 5Ks here locally, everything by Soul Racing.
Hmm.
I was, I did my first half, and then I untrained, like, just running. Because for me, it was like, I'm just gonna, like, on the weekends, I'm just gonna go run. I'm gonna go run, and people would ask me, how much are you gonna run today? I don't know. I see what the body feels like. It was
Yeah.
like just too cool, whatever. And so then, one of my buddies was, at the time, we had the SPI marathon. I don't know how many years it went on for, but he's like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to run the race. Do you want to run it? I'll give you my bib. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, a marathon? I'm like, like, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I always said that, I'm never gonna run a marathon. That's insane. And
Yeah.
then I kind of got intrigued by it, and so I said, well, sure, let me try. Like, I think the most I had ran at the time was like 17, 18 miles. So, worry, that's when the race really starts, when you start running
Yeah.
marathons. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
yeah, so I'm like, you know what, let me just go try it. And back in the day, all we had were like goo gels. Like, we didn't have that. Yeah, it was just like, and so
Yeah.
I was training my stomach to intake nutrition. So um, I went out there, and I said, I'm going to keep an 11:30, 12-minute pace and see where that takes me.
Yeah.
And I died. I finished, I died, and I said, this is so freaking hard, man. Like,
Yeah.
who does this? And so
Yeah.
then, of course, a few days later, and I'm like, wow, like, this is okay. Like, then I started seeing, you get into seeing these races. So then it went from doing that to going to do the Seattle Marathon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I went to go do Vancouver Marathon, and then they're beautiful, beautiful races. And then I still would die because I didn't have anybody training me. I didn't have a plan, like as far as running marathons. I was just run, and so we had a local 50K here by Soul Racing, the Mesquite Fire.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, "Oh, I ran a marathon. Let's take it up a notch and see what this body can do." And so I was familiar with the mission trails because they would do which they still do like the series. It's like a 3-run series in the trails, and so I would run the 5Ks there. And so I said, okay, let me do a 50K. So I signed up for the 50K, and I died, and I finished, and I said, this is so awesome, like wow, like and no, just on gels, like not even knowing about eating food and stuff. Back in the day, you didn't have social media, so everything you learn on your own. And so what did Brenda do? I did a 50K, like that's awesome, let me go do a 50K outside of the valley. So at the time, which they still run on Sundays. We have a group of girls, they're the trail runners, and so they're like, oh, we're gonna go do Bandera. And so I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'll sign up for the 50K, right? Not knowing anything about Bandera. I didn't check the course, I didn't check like nothing. I was rookie Brenda, which like I said, I'm like wrong as a runner. Like, please don't listen to that. Check the course, check the everything, right? And so I remember getting out there, and we're driving into the parking lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is like Texas mountains, right? And so, sure enough, as soon as you start climbing, right? And I'm like, what is this? Like, I only had gels, my tailwind, I had my vest. I didn't have any. I didn't have a headlamp. I didn't have, and I'm like, it's 31 miles. Like, I should finish. Like,
easy.
Oh, Bandera humbled the crap out of me. I remember, I was, I don't know, mile 13, and you start talking to people, and if you've been to Bandera, there's a lot of unrunnable parts that you have to hike, unless you're like professional, but.
Like art.
Yeah. No, I'm human. I'm like a little, like, this is art, and this is me. And so I started talking to a female there, and she's like, yeah, I got my trekking poles, I got my headlamp, I got this and that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what if I don't finish by the time the sun goes down? I don't have a
my god.
So I disconnected my headphones, and so I could save the battery from my phone, and so I ran the rest of the race with just my own thoughts and nature. And I finished that race, and I remember telling my husband, like, what did I just do? I thought I was a trail runner, coming from the valley locally. This is valley nothing. Like, like I was just mind blown by Bandera. And so I came back, and at work I was talking, because I had my boss. He's not my boss, but my boss and my other coworker. I tell him, I was like, oh man, I just went to this insane race, dude. Like, it's just brutal. Like, I thought I could trail run. No, this is nothing. Like, this is like insane, next level, blah blah blah. And they're like, let's go do it next year, and I'm like.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So we ended up going the following year. All 3 of us. And so that was pretty interesting. And so then from there, after Bandera, I did Rocky Raccoon 100K. I think I went from running a 50K to running 100K, and I hadn't run a 50 miler. So then I know, like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I wasn't. And so then I did Wild Hair 50 miler last year or the year before. So that's how I got into trail running, because I met Bandera, and I realized how amazing also that the ultra running community is. It's just a different community.
Oh yeah, it definitely
Yeah, yeah. And so just being able to push the body through some insane terrain and elevation. And that's what was so intriguing to me, doing these insane hard races and what the
Yeah.
body's capable of. And just, yeah, that's what was so intriguing to me. Like, and each, after doing each race, it was like, okay, what can I do next? Oh, and then
Yeah.
we went to go do, my buddy and I, my coworker and I, we went to go do this race called Valley of Fire. We
I've
initially
heard
had
of it.
signed up for,
Yeah.
yeah, it's outside of Vegas. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
state park, Valley of Fire State Park.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that race was crazy. We got lost like twice in the
Oh,
middle of
wow.
nowhere. It was just so yeah, like just the whole aspect of the beauty of trail runs too.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah. It
just
sounds to me like you've made the change from road racing to trail racing as your main focus.
yeah.
But you know what? I get it. I always say this, and I'll say it until I'm blue to the face. Like most of my guests are trail runners. Like I think the percentage is pretty high trail runners as my guests than road runners. Nothing wrong with road running, but it's something that after doing Habanero, which was my first ever trail race and ultra, it made me realize how much fun it is. It doesn't matter about your pace. It doesn't matter how fast you are. It doesn't matter if you're going to finish first in your age group or dead last. It just matters you and the trail and the people around you supporting you and the people that crew you. I thought when like how am I going to tell somebody, hey, I'm going to do 100 miler, right? And tell
Mhm.
them take time out of your weekend, out of your busy schedule to come and crew me. And I'm like, how can I ask people to do that? That's a lot to ask.
Yeah.
Some people have to get vacation time from work to do that. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
they only get X amount of days. Like we don't get unlimited days, to ask for vacation. And so a good friend of mine said, you know what? If you talk to a trail runner and you tell them, hey, can you crew me? They're always going to say yes because they love it. They just love seeing you doing it and they love doing it themselves. And it took me a while to realize that, to know that um, the community is so nice and tight and they're always willing if they have the time, if they can do it, they'll show up. A couple years ago, I told a friend of mine that I wanted to do Leadville and he said, dude, if you do Leadville, let me know because I'll go and crew you for sure. And I didn't even ask him. He said it, so it's so cool how the community gets together. And quoting my good friend Art, it's not a race, it's an eating fest. That's what he tells me.
Yeah, it's an
You know?
all-you-can-eat buffet at the aid stations. Oh man,
Yeah,
and the
for
aid
sure.
stations are so awesome too for
Yeah.
ultras. They're
Yeah.
just amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. The people, I love it.
But
Yeah.
think about it. After running 50K, 50 miles, 100K, 100 miles, whatever you're running, you can literally eat whatever you want. Like there's
Yeah.
no reason why you're like, oh, I'm on a strict diet after running 100 miles. It's you whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to do. I remember finishing Habanero, and my wife drove us back. I ate like probably like 6 cheeseburgers, one after the
Really?
other.
You
And
know,
that's because I don't even like McDonald's. I'm not a big fan of McDonald's, but I told her just I'm gonna eat whatever I want.
and it's funny and it's crazy how different everybody is because when I ran my 100 miler in November,
Yeah.
getting back to the hotel, and I mean I couldn't sleep. I mean I tried a nap. I couldn't sleep. I actually, which now is kind of intriguing because now that I did also the 90 miles 24-hour event, the past those two events I didn't sleep for 48 hours, which now kind of throws that into my head like, hey, you can stay awake for 48 hours. Like what can you do, like mileage
What
wise,
can
you
you
know what I
do in
mean?
those 48
Yes,
hours?
yeah. Like, and I'm like, okay, don't think about that right now, right?
Oh
So
my
my
God.
my stomach was actually super trashed those two times. I tried the first time in the 100 miler. I think the only thing I could stomach afterwards was like soup, and it was just like a
Oh,
small
okay.
portion, yeah. And then this past time, um, I because I think I pushed too hard throughout the day in the heat, my
Yeah.
stomach really rebelled on me at night, and So finishing, I remember I came home and I napped a little bit, and my husband's like, "Hey, do you want to go eat some barbecue?" And I'm like, my stomach was feeling a little better, and I remember I was ordering with my eyes, right, knowing I was probably only going to eat like a small portion because my
Yeah.
stomach was still trash. Like,
Yeah. Oh
my
my
hunger
God.
was there, but my stomach was just not having it.
No,
Like,
I hear what you're saying, because when I did the habanero, my goal was to finish before the sunset, because I, I I I don't know why, but I feel like I'm scared of the dark sometimes. So I said
you
I
know
gotta
what it is
finish
though?
before.
I also think that not until you have ran trails in the dark, then
Yeah,
you really know what darkness is.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's like I always feel like I never have enough light,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
when I'm
No,
not.
Rocky Raccoon taught me that, because when I was pacing my friend, obviously we ran in the dark, and man, there was parts of that damn trail that looked like the Blair Witch Project.
Yes,
And
yes, I
that's
remember.
all I could think of. Like, that is all I could think. Like, the damn witch is going to come out and snatch us and take us. And yeah,
Dude,
it's
you're
over.
so right because I remember my buddy. He's like, "Look over there," and so I remember at a certain point we're in at night. It was like this like ghoul looking thing, but it just
Oh,
the way the
wow.
branches were just like going down. It looked like death. Like I was like, "Oh my gosh, just keep going."
Oh my God! At least you didn't see a lechuza or lechosa,
Oh,
a white owl. Then you're for sure done for.
yeah, but your eyes will play tricks on you big time at night.
Oh yeah, once you're sleep deprived and whatnot, I'm sure you would. But what do you have anything planned for December this year?
So it's funny because I got off the phone with Raul this morning, and
Damn that Raul!
he literally has like everything planned for me, and I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" Because so in I wanted to do some night races this summer, but I'm hoping I have time. I'm not too sure yet, but I
Yeah.
am gonna crew a local runner. She's running a 200K
Oh,
July the
nice.
11th. So
Okay.
I'll be doing that, and then August I have. I'm sorry, not, September for my birthday.
Hmm.
I'm part of a Perspective Pacing Ambassador, so
Yeah.
we decided to do a race in Palo Duro. I've never been out there,
Oh,
so
nice. Me
I have
either.
a race in September, and then we're thinking. He kind of threw that in there yesterday. He's like, "Hey, we should go run rim to rim, right?
Oh, at the Grand
Grand
Canyon.
Canyon."
Oh
And
my
I'm
God,
like,
I would love to do that.
dude, so my boss has been talking about that, right, for a while already. And I'm like, it'd be nice to get all of us going. So that possibility. So then I'm like, my boss is like, okay, so are you planning to run it or hike it? Because I want to hike it, he says. And so I'm like, I don't know. So then I get on the phone with Raul.
I
He's
think
like,
you have to hike it.
well, he's like already like, oh my gosh. So what's the fastest time woman's fastest time there? And we can do this, and then we can run this area. Like he's like, I got everything planned, and I'm just like, dude, like this is insane. Like he's like, you're just really gonna have to train your legs and blah blah blah. And I'm like, he like threw like this whole thing at me this morning, and I'm
Yeah.
like, let me soak it all in.
Yeah.
Like I think rim is a possibility, maybe in October.
Okay.
November, I have the 100-mile race. So for
Uh-huh.
December, I don't have anything.
So
Because
you
January, I
should
have the
come.
100K, the Banderantes.
You should come do Brazos in December.
Oh, I've never done brazos.
Yeah, it should be nice and cool, so it's not that bad, and it's not very hilly, so it's very flat.
It's 99.9% flat, I think.
Yeah,
That's what it's known
yeah.
for. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only thing you got to worry about is the alligators. But in December, I think the alligators are not really coming out because it is much cooler than the rest of the year. But I want to do the 100. I want to do 100 miles because I want to see if I can qualify for Western States. But if not, I'll do the 100K. But one of those I'm gonna do for sure. So let's convince Raul, because Mister too good to run flat races says that he likes only doing very hard races.
Yeah.
That's what he said on the episode.
He likes
So
you.
So we need to convince him to do it either way. Since he convinces you to do all these races, then that's your job. Your job is to convince him to do Brazos, so we can all do it, and maybe Art can join. Well, Art is a ambassador for Trot, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you don't have anything planned and you want to come on this side of town in Houston, definitely come in and do Brazos, and we can all hang out and kind of crew each other too.
Yeah, that's so much fun, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll look into it and see what I can do. That would be awesome. I've never been to. I think we had oh no, that was the 50 miler. We had two runners here locally do the Brazos 50
Yeah,
milers.
in April. Yeah.
Yeah, in April, and then the 100 milers in December.
Yeah, the 50 miler is the 50 miler is in April, which is where you usually will see the alligators because it's nice and warm already. I was going to do that one because I did a volunteer event for Trot, and then I got a 50% discount. So I was going to do that race. Yeah, if you volunteer through Trot, like they give you 50% off on the next race. And
Oh,
so I was
nice.
going to do that, and then unfortunately I got hurt. I got injured, which I'm barely coming back from injury. So then December for sure, I gotta get those miles up and do either, like I said, 100K or the 100 miler. I really want to do 100 miler because I think I can finish it in 33 in less than 33 hours. And as long as I finish it in less than 33 hours, then I think I can get into Western States, which I heard is super hard, but who cares? You know?
Dude, it's worth trying, man. You never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, I signed up for Leadville this year for the lottery, and I said even if I DNF, let that be my first DNF ever. But how badass would it be to do it in Colorado? You know.
Dude,
So
definitely.
that's the way I think, and if I can finish it, I'll finish it. If not, then something is learned in the process, right?
Always, always. I think, even when completing ultras, at least me, I always learn something in each race that I do that I
Yeah,
can apply towards my next race.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's always a learning experience, no matter what. You're out there for so many hours doing these crazy,
yeah,
races. It's so, I think that's why I feel like ultra running is so intriguing,
yeah,
because sometimes you can put in all the training.
yeah.
You can show up at the start line with everything, all the work, and then something happens that you have to work through, and
That is
just
true.
take it from there, and having to battle. I feel like I've always had something happen to me in each race, and
Yeah,
that's just the whole intriguing aspect of ultras.
yeah,
So
yeah. For
that's
sure,
why
for
there's only
sure.
a certain, like, a small percentage of people that do it, but now it's growing here, and I'm hoping to get more women into this sport. I I feel I just at my foundation run, we had uh one of my friends, she did her second 50K there, like,
Nice.
yeah, so I feel like slowly, hopefully, that momentum will get going. It'd be
Yeah.
nice to see more people in general doing ultras.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it. The difference now that y'all have made, and Art and Raul and whatnot. It's such a amazing thing to see Valley runners thrive and do so good, and bring that awareness that there is trail running in the Valley, and there are some amazing runners that can go anywhere and do so good. So I'm proud to be part of the Valley because I still have my Valley roots over there with my parents and my brother still living there. And I love it. I love seeing that the Valley's getting its flowers, as how they say. And one cool thing about it, Brenda, is you are right. Like the McAllen marathon, the one that we were talking about earlier. I have several friends that do it every year. Every year they go and do it. And it's around the same time, if I'm not mistaken, around the same time as the Austin Marathon. And
Oh,
Austin Marathon is such a big, big, big race. The fact that there's still people showing up and filling up this race, which is, you can say it's a small town race because the valley is still considered very small compared to other cities. But the fact that it's selling out, and you see the difference, when like you've done it and you've seen where there was like maybe a couple people running it. Now it's hundreds of people doing it. It's a good feeling, to see that. And even my hometown in Harlingen, we have a marathon now, and it's actually a Boston qualifying event as well. So how cool is that to see all that and just see it thrive? I think now there's a marathon that starts like in Mercedes and finishes in Harlingen or something like that.
The Stim
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely, it's growing for the positive. I love what RAV Racing has been doing as well with the races, the what they do in South Padre Island, the races, the Causeway Run, the Double Causeway, or whatever it's called. It's awesome to see all these races being put, and that means when you see so many races in Mission, McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville, it only means that there's more people interested, because that's why there's so many races all of a sudden, So
Yeah.
it's so cool, dude. And I appreciate definitely, you being one of the advocates out there, because it's important that people know that, there's something going on in the valley. It's not just their awesome tacos, there's more to that.
Yeah, we got awesome tacos.
Yeah, you all do. Yes, you do. I mean, Houston has some good tacos. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Austin, unfortunately, they're gourmet tacos. They're not that good. But here in Houston, you got to go to the barrio to find some good tacos. But it's getting better. But them valley tacos are a special thing.
Yeah.
And which was your favorite valley taco? Where do you go eat?
Just here recently, there's this place, and actually it's Taco Tuesday. I had some for lunch. It's called Barrio 37.
Oh,
They just opened, and it's like you go into the restaurant, and they have like stations where like they have like the tacos, the trompo in one area, like asada in one area.
Oh, okay.
Vapor.
Ooh.
Yes, like, and they sell you by the taco, and
Yeah.
they're so good. And they have like a salsa bar where you can just go and get whatever salsas and onions, cilantro. So that's
Oh
like
my God.
I just discovered that place like 2 weeks ago. I think I saw it on TikTok, and we went out there. I highly recommend that place.
And this is in McAllen?
Yes, it's in McAllen.
Okay,
So Barrio 37.
So what I need you to do, because I'll probably forget the name, is when we finish, you send me that through WhatsApp, and I'm gonna try it out. And the next time I'm there, my wife's family live in Mission, so perfect.
Oh yeah, I think Mission has some pretty good places too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do. But yeah, here in Houston, there's some good taco places, but there's this place called Tacos Frontera that they make Tijuana style tacos. Oh my God, the best tacos you've ever tried. So if you ever come to Houston, Tacos Frontera, really good tacos.
You hit me up with that, because we're supposed to be going to an Astros game.
Okay.
In July, yeah.
Okay,
So
then I'll definitely send you that as well. As a matter of fact, if you're in town, just send me a message and I'll meet you up over there, and we can all eat tacos for sure.
Sweet, yeah, sounds good, dude.
Yeah. But anyways, Brenda, we're basically at the end here. I don't want to take too much of your time. We're about to hit an hour, so that's definitely the time to call it quits. But where can someone find you nowadays on social media, if you would like to share that?
So I have a Facebook, but I don't really use it anymore. My main social media would be my Instagram.
Okay.
I don't even know my own name. It's Brenda G137, also known as Run Brendy.
Okay, so that's where we can find you and give you some good vibes and whatnot. And I appreciate it so much, Brenda, for being here today. I know you were a little nervous. You were saying that it was not gonna. You don't know if it was gonna work out, but I think you did amazing. I give you an A+. You did so good.
And I appreciate you and your podcast and what you're doing, because you're just spreading the awareness of, staying healthy and
Yes.
keeping the body moving, and no matter, what you do, whether it's running, whether it's anything else.
Yeah.
And I think this platform and social media it really is moving towards greatness when it comes here locally.
Yeah.
And I hope it continues, and it continues to grow, and people get
Thank you.
motivated by some
Yeah.
of the stuff that we do here.
Yeah.
And that's my main goal, to motivate people to try ultra running, and realize, like, hey, like, it's, you can walk,
Yeah.
like,
It's part of it.
it's part
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the main goal.
No, that's awesome. And that's the same goal I have. Like I was telling you before the recording, like if I can convince one person to change their lifestyle from being a couch, I guess, being in a couch all day watching TV, to walking, even if you go out there and walk a mile, half a mile, but you do it in a consistent basis and you can change that lifestyle, then my podcast has done what it was supposed to. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to become a what's it called, an influencer or a run influencer. Now there's so different damn names I can't keep up with. I'm just here as a humbled person that running has changed my life. Running has helped me be healthier, in hopes that I can stay alive for a long time to see my daughter graduate from college, maybe have her first kid, or whatever, the man upstairs decides that I get to watch. But I definitely have to do something to get there, right? And living a healthy lifestyle is a part of it, except for Tuesdays, because it's Taco Tuesday. So yes.
Yes,
Oh
thank
my
you
God.
again. I truly
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your donated time, because it's definitely much appreciated. And we'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you soon in Taco Tuesday at Tacos Frontera. Okay.
Right? Sounds good. Thank
All right.
you.
Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Bye bye.
Bye.